Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Very good evening to you. Welcome to Cruise Talk Live with myself, Josh, and Mr. Peter. What's up, Pete? How you doing? Are you good?
Hello. I am good. How are you doing?
Guys, we've got a lot to go over, a lot to talk about tonight. I know it's been a long time, goodness gracious, like a long time since we've done one of these things. So drop a comment in the chat, say hello to us. We're happy to see each and every one of you. I've got the chat pulled up over here. We're going to go through and say some hellos, of course. We've got lots to share tonight, lots to go over. I've been on a cruise. Peter's been on a cruise. We're going on a cruise coming up here, next week, right? And then we got another big announcement to drop for you as well. Another group cruise opportunity for you coming up. So we want to talk about all of that and more. So if you're over in the chat right now, drop a hello, where you're from, where you're watching from, what you're doing other than maybe watching this before you got YouTube's notification. Hopefully you did get YouTube's notification, and if you did, make sure that you smash that thumbs up button for us. It kind of lets YouTube know to push it out to some other people and let them know too. So we'll jump over in the chat, say some what's up, some hellos. Big hello to Jonathan DeCosta. How are you, sir? Hope you're doing well. We've got Travel with Nick in the house. What's going on, Nick? Good to see you, my friend. Also, Cody P. Cody P joining us in the chat tonight. Hello to you, Cody. Part of our hashtag Crew in Blue anchors back for you. What's up, buddy? Good to see you in the chat tonight. We've got Heidi Leskin, I think that's how you say your name, Heidi. Heidi L will say, she says, hey, first time joining, a very big welcome to you, Heidi. Thanks so much for stopping by tonight. Trisha Perry, what's up, Trish? Good to see you, my friend. And also Michael right there in the chat. Let's see. Michael says, what's up to Cody? We've got Mary Ellen in the chat. Hey, Mary Ellen. Let's see. Susan Scarborough. Good to see you in the chat as well, Susan. Big welcome to you. Elaine Cambridge says, hey, Josh, what's up, people? Hello, everybody. Good to see everybody joining in the chat on this fabulous Wednesday night. We've got Isaac Prescott in the house, and right below that, the one, the only Mama Hokum. Cheers to you, Mama Hokum. Good to see you in the chat, sweetie. By the way, I've got a nice big blue drink in here, blue Kool-Aid. What are you guys drinking for tonight? Do let me know in the comment. Peter, what have you got tonight? Are we sponsored? Are we sponsored by Sam's Club?
This is purified drinking water from
Walmart. Great value, purified drinking water. Great value. That's what I'm talking about. There you go, folks. Let us know what are you having on this fabulous Wednesday night. Oh my gosh! And right below Mama Hokum, we've got Robbie O'Malley. What's up, Robbie? Good to see you in the chat. Another one of our hashtag Mod Squad crew in blue. Great to see you in the chat tonight, sir. Thanks so much for being here. We've got Rainey and Sheila Ignacio says, hello, everyone. First timer. Oh, my goodness, another first timer. That is great. Big welcome to you. Josh Ellis in the house. Let's see. I'm scrolling on down the chat just a little bit. Christina V here with us. Jamie Willett says, hello, sweet Josh. It was great meeting you and your mom on the Vloggers Cruise. You know, of course, it was great meeting you two and the 950 other people that were sailing with us. Peter, I'm going to tell you, man, you missed a good time, dude. You missed a good time.
I've heard stories.
It was so much fun. It was so much work. I think Peter probably would have been kicking and screaming at the sight of having to get up at 5:30 in the morning on a cruise ship. I can only imagine the pushback that I would have got from you, buddy. But it was a good time nonetheless. You missed a great sailing. Donna Colura says, hi, everyone, and Josh. Hello, Donna. What's up, Brian from How We Cruise? Those cool cats over at How We Cruise. Good to see you guys in the chat tonight. Stacy Reinhardt in the chat tonight. Stacy Reinhardt. And guys, since Stacy Reinhardt is in the chat, I think this is a great opportunity to go ahead and give a massive shout out to Stacy Reinhardt. Thank you so much, Stacy, for supporting our efforts over on Patreon. The show would not be possible without you. A massive, massive thank you. I'm moving on. So if you've got any questions for tonight as well, please do drop those in the chat. Just maybe highlight it with like a big question at the beginning of it, okay? Michael says, love the new intro. Yes, I did throw a couple new clips in that intro. I don't know if you guys caught them or not. But so I got a new laptop, actually. When did I get this thing, Peter? What was it, November?
It was a couple months back.
Yeah, I think I got it in November. And anyway, it was time to upgrade, right? The other one was just, circumstance would have it, et cetera, et cetera. I'd had it for 5 years, editing on it almost every day, and she was starting to slow down just a little bit. So, and wear out. And so I think it was around Black Friday. And so I ended up getting this one that I'm on right now on a Black Friday deal. It was a really good deal. But it wiped, everything just about. I mean, I did a backup of what I thought was important and what was important to me at the time. And then we get to, doing the show tonight and I open up I go to open up the streaming software and realize, holy guacamole, I don't have the streaming software downloaded. So then I had to download it and had to get all the other stuff, that goes along with that, all the graphics re-downloaded and remade even some of them. And so that intro was one of them. I had to re-download that file from Final Cut Pro, my editing software. And so when I had to do all that, I was like, well, I might as well refresh it just a little bit, right? So I threw some new updated clips in there. I don't know if you guys caught any of them, but it sounds like Michael did. So thanks for your observant eye, sir. Patty K, what's up, Pat? There's Pat and Josh. What's going on with you guys? Don Ash Sr., good to see you in the chat tonight. Vicky Bridges says, Peter! Peter, you've got some fans out there that want to say hello to you. So, Peter, what have you been up to this week? What's been going on in the land of Peter this week? We've got a cruise next week. Have you been doing any prepping for it? Anything going on?
No, actually.
No!
I usually don't get my suitcase out until the night before, sometimes the morning of. Because if I get it out and I start to pack, then I start getting stressed. I'm going to forget something, so I just wait until the very last minute and pack a couple hours before.
Yeah, I know. I kind of, I'm bad about that as well. And I told myself, because the breakaway I think was a record for me. It was like 10:30 p.m. the night before I left, and I started packing, and I think that was a record. And I told myself that time, I was like, this is I am not gonna pack this late anymore. Like I just can't do it. It was, I was up really late, and then I still had to get up early and do my normal daily but I kind of feel the same. Like if I don't know, what is the maybe that's the first big question of the night for everybody. What is your packing window? Like, are you a month out kind of person? Are you a weeks out? Are you a couple days out? Or are you like night before, day of? When do you pack for your cruise? Let me know in the chat. I can't be alone here. Surely I'm not alone. Maybe I am alone. And that would be really, really sad. Maybe me and Peter are alone, okay? At least I'm not alone. I got you, buddy. So
I know people that like to pack like a week before, and it gets them excited. For me, it doesn't. It just gets me more stressed because
right. You're scared you're gonna forget something, or the most. I think the worst thing for me is like I get to a point where I then need to pack things that I'm still using, and so then I'm like it's frustrating because like I can't.
Any further.
Yeah, and I'm very meticulous about how I pack. A lot of people always say like, "Oh my gosh, how did you fit everything into that carry-on and a backpack?" And it's because I'm very meticulous. Like I've packed my suitcase and my bag I don't know how many times. And so, over the course of doing that, like I've just found a system like where everything goes and it fits perfectly, right? And you maximize the space that way, and I think a big part of that is knowing your luggage too, of course, but and so I'll get to a point where like that slot in the suitcase needs to be filled before I can put stuff on top of it or whatever. It's kind of like a Lego set, and I can't put it there because I'm still using my toiletries, and my toiletries go in that spot or something. So
and you still gotta do laundry,
or you still got to do laundry. It's just going to scroll down. If I haven't gotten to a hello, just drop another hello down there. I do want to give a quick shout out to Darren Fromel. I saw about your dear husband, and I'm so sorry for your loss. I hate that for you. You've been in my thoughts a lot recently, sir. So best wishes to you. Hopefully, you're doing well during this tough time. Let me jump down and see what people are saying. Is anybody what's the consensus? If I've missed anybody, Carl's in the house. What's up, Carl? Good to see you, my friend. Scott Wilson, King Scott, another one of our hashtag crew in blue. What's up, buddy? Good to see you in the chat tonight. Thank you for being here, even though you had a sly comment earlier when I told you that we were. I'm just kidding, Scott. I love you, mean it. Nautical Nurse Nancy's in the house. Holy guacamole. We got a celebrity with us tonight, y'all. Nautical Nurse Nancy. Peter, you remember Nurse Nancy, don't you? Yeah.
I remember she had the wheelchair and
so it was fun. Yes. That's like what she's known for now, I think. So Nancy was, gosh, what ship was that? Was that the Mardi Gras? Yeah. So we just happened to be on the Mardi Gras the first time. So in 2021, we happened to be on the Mardi Gras together. And Nancy was in her wheelchair. She had just broken her little leg or her hip or something. No, it was your knee, wasn't it? I think it was her knee. That region. Okay, that region, point being. And she was out on the deck one night for the mega deck party, I think, and she loves to do the wobble, and I knew that. And she's out there in her little wheelchair, and she wasn't really doing it. Well, I walked up right behind her, grabbed her little wheelchair, and I went to jump forward with her, and I didn't realize that she didn't have a seatbelt on. And I just about dumped this woman out on the deck because I went and jumped forward and pulled her wheelchair back. And the wheelchair came back, but she didn't come back. And I thought, I'm about to dump a grown woman out that's got a broken leg out onto this deck. And it was that moment where I knew that I needed to quit, and I needed to grab a bottle of water. So, anyway, Nancy, it is great to see you. She was with us on the breakaway a couple weeks ago. Love and hugs to you, my dear. It was so great to hang out with you again. She says, I pack a few days prior, right up to when we leave. So she starts a few days prior. Melanie says she's 24 hours in advance. Will Child says, tell Peter that Big Will is in the house. Peter, Big Will is now in the house. Awesome. Welcome to you, Will. Great to see you, Big Will. Let's see. Carl says a few hours before my flight. So Carl and Peter, I think, may be on the same wavelength here. That's typically, I think, what Peter does. Elaine says that she starts packing the day after she reserves because she adds things as it gets closer. Wow. So she starts the day after she books. Oh. That is, I think you may win the prize for the earliest packer, Elaine. I don't think I've ever heard anybody pack that early. I would forget what I had packed. I would think that I don't own those clothes anymore. And that I've lost them, or have I donated that T-shirt to Goodwill? Where is it? Oh, that's right. It's in my suitcase that I packed, 14 months ago. There's no way. There's no way. Like Peter, can you imagine this cruise that we're about to announce tonight? Can you imagine if you went and opened your suitcase and started putting stuff in your suitcase for that cruise? Can you imagine? I don't know how that would even be possible because we have trips between now and then.
Right, yeah. Well, also, I need to use the clothes.
Yeah. So, Elaine, I would love for you to dive into that a little more and tell us how you do that. Julie from How We Cruise says, my laundry is still in a basket from the return of the breakaway. That's funny. And it will likely be there in this winter months until my next cruise in a couple months. Oh, I see what she's saying. LOL truth, I said it. She's saying because where they live, she wore summery clothes to the Caribbean. She doesn't need to wear summery clothes right now. That makes sense. Peter, have you unpacked from your recent cruise vacation? I know that you're one to leave stuff in the suitcase.
No, I've unpacked, but I've gotten smart. Is I unpack and I put it all in a separate area so that when I repack, it's all Okay, sorry. No.
Oh.
I unpacked. I washed it. Then I put it in
Right.
the separate area.
So
now I
you
know.
basic. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I think we need to take a little bit of a poll right here. Does that classify as packing? The fact that I mean, think about it. You have taken the clothes that you're gonna wear on vacation and have put them in a designated area to then pick up and put in your suitcase. What do you
Well,
think?
it's more like I put them in an area, and I know, like, when I get my suitcase out for the next one, like, these are my cruise clothes, so I can.
Oh, I
pick from this
see.
pile.
I
Like,
see.
like it's more like this is a pile that I can use, like, for just my cruise.
Right.
And
Okay.
I'm not gonna pack all of it, just only some of it now.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm jumping down to live chat right now. Okay. So if you've had a comment or a question, just repost it. So I'm gonna start here with Marlacia. I think that's how we say your name. If it's not, I'm so sorry. Says technically it does. So Julie also says yes. That is packing. So, Peter, I think you may be doing a form of early packing. I have no idea how we got on this debate.
See,
But-
to me, it's just being lazy because I don't want to put it away and have to get it back out. So I'm just like, I just throw it off. So, like, right now it's sitting on the bed in the guest bedroom.
Right.
It's like all the clothes that are washed and ready to go. It's just
Wow.
me being lazy, but I guess if it's me packing early, hey, then I'll do
Right.
something too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that means that you are an organized lad. So great on you, good on you, Peter. That is more than I can say for myself, I believe. Like I said, I was hours before departure, and I was packing. I was embarrassed, I was ashamed, but it's the cards that were dealt for the situation. Hopefully, I can find rehab and move up from here. So you've given me great inspiration tonight, Peter. Thank you so much for that. Nick, what is going on to you? Let's see. Scott Wilson says, Peter, move your mic a little closer. So,
Better.
oh,
Because it's actually coming from because it's coming from the computer, not the.
maybe you try switch to these. It's
Let me
just
switch
gonna.
to my AirPods. Hold on.
Yeah, he's going to switch to his AirPods. It's going to sound different, but maybe it'll be better. So John Cubero says, "Oh, go ahead. Can we hear you?"
Ooh. Hello, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. That's good. So John Cubero says, "Question: Vlogger Cruise 2.0. Yes. What about it? What would you like to know? I can tell you that at this time." As far as I know, there's not any planning taking place. We all are. I think the idea of it sounds good, but looking back on it and how much work was involved, like all of us have other commitments and other things coming up in our life that just doesn't allow us to commit to something like that right now. So as much fun as I had with it, and Sharon and Elisa and Jenny, who couldn't be with us, but Tony, who represented her, and Dawn and Paradija, I can't speak for them, but I know for me, like, I'm just not able to commit to it at this time. We have had a meeting or two about it, and I think we were all kind of pretty much on the same page. It's just not in the cards right now. We'd like to do it, but the first one was good in a lot of ways. There's a lot of things that we would like to improve, and many of you that were on that probably would say, outside of the Watergate, which if you know, you might be saying, well, what would you improve? And I hope you do say that. That would be very flattering and very complimentary. We definitely worked hard on that one. But, there's certain things that I think that we would want to take to the next level and make it an even better experience and more polished and professional and well done and make it a little bit more accessible to, for just... I think that's the toughest thing to figure out with it is like when you get 900 plus people on board, like how do you make it so you can still have these intimate kind of traditional group cruise things so people feel like it was worth it and it was a good experience and things like that, and it's just one of the tougher things that we haven't been able to overcome and don't really have that much time to devote to it either. So For now, it will go down in the history books as the best cruise ever, I think. At least for me, it was a massive, massive success. So much fun. I was on cloud 9 the entire week. Will there be another one? I don't know. Only time will tell. John V with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the love tonight. Just a little dancing pear, it looks like. I like it. Thank you. Oh, it's a dancing pear with... Can you guys see it? It's a... Wait. Mic drop. That's pretty funny. Thank you so much for the super chat. Trey, what is going on to you? Yeah, Stacey Reinhardt said it perfectly. You can't replicate the fun that we had on that cruise. Yeah, and like we don't want to. Like can you? I don't know how to say it. Like, can you imagine having to follow that up? You know what I mean? And like, if you were there, you know. If you weren't there, hopefully you've gotten an idea from the videos and pictures that are coming out and things, reviews. But man, was it a blast. I think for me, well, I guess let's go ahead and dive into it really quick. For me, the probably the highlight of the week was Paradise Beach Club. Peter, you missed a Peter, think of a carnival sail away party times a CocoCay setting, like CocoCay pool setting, times like a Grand Turk Margaritaville pool party. That is the experience that we had at Paradise Beach Club. Like it was pouring the rain. Raining to the I couldn't see. The water was I needed windshield wipers for my eyeballs. Okay, and nobody cared. Not one person cared. That pool was still packed. Everybody doing dances, and we had some games and competitions, and we did a giant conga line. I'm convinced it was the biggest conga line in Cozumel that day, without a doubt. We set the record. The food was constantly flowing. The drinks, as soon as we got there, I think before we had even checked in, they were like, "Here's a margarita," and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I was like, "Is this legal right now? Is this water? What's in this thing?" And I smelled it, and it was liquor. Okay, so it was so much fun. It was such a highlight. And the opportunity that I was afforded to be able to host that day is something that I'll never forget. It was so much fun. That's right.
They're saying in the chat that your mic's loud.
So. My mic is loud. Okay, yeah. Let's pull it down then. How about that?
Yeah, try to pull down.
All right, so I just pulled it down. Let me know if that is any better. Hopefully that is. Let's see. Nautical Nurse Nancy, what's up, everybody? Sean V's. What?
This is not Colby. This is my new cat, Luna.
They haven't seen Luna yet.
Luna. She's my new cat.
You still have Colby.
I still have Colby, yeah.
Yeah, he's just a little bit of a duty hole now.
So this is Luna.
Luna is very sweet.
She's a year. I think she just turned a year.
Mm-hmm.
Look how sweet she is. She's so cute. But she doesn't really like to sit with me too much. But hi.
Right. Yeah. Now Luna is like the sweet kitty, and Colby wants nothing to do with anybody.
Yeah, Colby just walks away now. So now it's all Luna's.
Yeah. When I came to when was that? What was that? October. That I was down there?
Yeah.
So the first time that I ever visited Colby, he was all about me. He was all over, he wouldn't leave me alone. And then I came down and Luna brushed up against my leg one time, and I guess that was her way of telling Colby off and telling him that he needs to go on somewhere and find him a new human. And he wants nothing to do with me now. We had the little cat toys out, and he just couldn't be bothered. So. Anyway, so now Peter's turning into the old cat lady.
No.
So it's...
Am I frozen right now?
I think that you may be... No, you're back.
Okay, wait. Now I'm back. I was like frozen in
Yeah,
in a
you
weird,
were for just a second. You know, the boundaries of technology continue to pursue us every day. I don't understand it. YouTube has been at this live thing for how long? And anyway.
Someone asked earlier the best cruise to go out of Port Canaveral. And
Well, go ahead and give it to him, Peter, because you live there.
Because we were just on there. Wonder of the Seas was awesome.
Wait a minute. When were you on Wonder of the Seas? How were you on Wonder of the Seas? I don't remember going on Wonder of the Seas.
Yeah.
Go ahead and spill the tea, Peter.
While Josh and you guys were on the vloggers cruise, I was doing the opposite and relaxing, not waking up at 5:30 in the morning, and I was relaxing, and I was on Wonder of the Seas, and it was awesome. And it's a great ship. It's currently the world's largest cruise ship. It's yeah, I went with Jen. It was great.
It looked like a lot of fun. What was different about Wonder, or better? Maybe we'll say better and then we'll say worse. What was better first about Wonder versus the newest one we had been on is Harmony. So what was better about Wonder than Harmony, or was there
Wonder
anything?
like? I feel like you could tell that they knew that was like the flagship. So like we had like a balloon drop the first night. They dropped balloons, and then the ship was so clean. Like they were constantly cleaning it, and like all the entertainment, like that show, the Effectors in the main theater. So like there's no Broadway show. It's their own show, and it's the Effectors, and it was like the coolest thing. Like they had about 100 drones like out flying over the audience in like a synchronized formation. It was like stuff that like you've never seen before. So that and the ice skating show was that we saw like 3 or 4 times. That was awesome.
What was the name of the ice skating show? Do you remember?
365. So like it was about all the seasons. So like it went through like spring, summer, fall, and then it ended with like winter. And like winter, this huge effect. It was like snowing in the theater. They did this whole big thing.
Oh my God! This is spoiler alert right now.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to spoil it, but the effects were awesome. The effectors were really cool though. Like the drones in the audience, like
I've heard, yeah. And that in and of itself is amazing. Like the fact that they can have, 20, 30 synchronized drones on a moving cruise ship, y'all.
Like all going around and like doing like its own thing. It was just insane. Like I couldn't even believe what I was seeing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So good on them. Good on Royal Caribbean to kind of have the tech forward. What was something that you would say maybe was worse, if there was something?
Okay, I have to say the new menus. The new menus that Royal put out, the main dining room, the food was hit or miss. It was either like really bad or like really
Wait,
good.
Peter, I gotta teach you something. Please hold. Everybody on the breakaway will appreciate this. We're gonna get some juicy tea, doo-da, doo-da. We're gonna get some juicy tea, oh, the doo-da day. Okay, now tell us about the menu and how it was so bad, please.
Okay, so the new menus, they're all like theme nights. So a lot of the things that you see on the menu are like one night only, because it's like there's French night, Italian night. Like it's themes, which is cool, but there's no classics. So like all your classics, like the steak, the salmon, the chicken, like all that. And for me, the biggest thing was the classics for the desserts weren't there every night. Like the royal chocolate cake was one night only.
Give me a break! Come on!
One night only for chocolate cake And creme brulee was not even every night.
So that was it was actually kind of the opposite on Norwegian. So they told us the first night, and we were all, I think, initially like a little skeptical and scared. But they told us that the menu would be fixed every night and that it would not change. And initially we were like,
Oh, that's
what? Yeah, like, no, like I want a different menu. But really what it was, you know how Carnival, how they have like a featured section or like a things that don't change? That was just, I don't know how to put it. Like there were certain things that were in the appetizers every night. And there were certain things that were in the desserts every night. And I think there were even certain things that were in the main courses. But then they had like a today's featured, and that changed. So like there was a section of the menu that changed, but the majority of the menu, there were parts of it that like were consistent. So for example, I'll go ahead and say it. Norwegian had, I can't believe I'm saying it, the best molten lava cake
Oh, really?
I've ever had. Yeah.
Huh.
Like I've ever had. Period.
Wow.
Not on a cruise ship, not on land, not at a resort. Period. It was phenomenal, and it was on the menu every night.
Wow.
So like I really liked that.
See, like, and the thing is, I know they're trying to like reduce the food waste by making the menu smaller and like, you know, cutting out the classics. But we were saying, like, I almost felt like I was ordering more because I wanted to try more things, and I knew it wasn't going to be there the next night. So like, I was like ordering almost too much because I'm like, well, everything's one night only now.
Right.
Like now I got to order the whole menu because I want to try like it's almost defeating what they're trying to do. Now the lobster, because I saw your mom talking about the lobster. The lobster on Royal has improved because you only get one now, but it's Maine, and it's like it's a pretty big tail.
So it is for sure bigger than
it seemed
before.
bigger, and it was definitely like sweeter too. Like it was.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So that, and then I think we got some sort of steak with it too. So like we did like a surf and turf with it. So it wasn't horrible. But I have to say, some nights when it was so bad, like, we went up to Windjammer after and ate. Like, we did that like a few nights, actually. We went from the main dining room to Windjammer to eat, so.
That's so weird that on the newest ship that the food maybe wouldn't be the best. I don't know, maybe they were going through a crew change or something, or I don't know.
But also because we were on, like, the second sailing with the new menu. Like, it was like, those just came out, and then one also thing that like really annoyed me was dinner went so fast, and like we were done with dinner in less than an hour, and like we're like, well, now what do we do? Because we had like such an awkward gap.
Right, you had a gap between. Right.
Yeah, like it was almost too fast, and like it was just weird. Like I almost wanted them to slow down and not bring the food out. I mean, it was efficient, but like it was so fast.
So the lobster on Norwegian, actually I should say the lack thereof, because there was, so you know, people are up in arms about Royal Caribbean. You can only have one, and Carnival you can only have one, and they're going to charge you whatever it is for the second thereafter. There was not a lobster tail for free offered to the general public on Norwegian. It was one of the things where I have to admit it did bother me a little bit, because if you look at the pricing structure of Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian is typically at the top level of that. You know?
And it's not the newest ships either.
Yeah, and for it to be at the top level and not have something that the other two, or to my knowledge, the others, just period, have, it just didn't make any sense to me. And like even in the specialty, so we went to one night, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I'll tell you this, because this video hasn't premiered yet. But we went to the teppanyaki one night, and it was a good meal, But again, I felt like it was a little bit cheapened or watered down because two reasons. Number one, there was no lobster option. It was not an option at all, not even to pay extra for it, which I thought was really weird. But normally, like every other teppanyaki experience I've had, it's been an option to at least include it. And then what they did in the place of that is they put shrimp. So you could order, like you could do a pick two meats, right? You could do steak and chicken or chicken and chicken or steak and shrimp. And I thought that was a bit, I don't know if cheap is the word, but it just like every other teppanyaki experience that I've had, and maybe I'm wrong. So if I'm wrong, like please, if you've had it not this way and you think that the way Norwegian did it is normal, I want to hear from you, because my impression right now is that it wasn't normal the way that they did it. What I've always known is that the shrimp is like an appetizer. Like everybody gets shrimp. Obviously, if you have a shellfish allergy, you don't. But everybody has the option for shrimp. And then you get your main course with, you would do the steak and lobster or steak and chicken or chicken and lobster or whatever. You know what I mean? And Peter, what have you ever experienced it where like shrimp was a main course?
I don't think so. Usually shrimp, like they just give you the shrimp and then you choose like if you want more shrimp for your main course or if you want like steak or chicken. I mean, yeah,
normally the appetizer shrimp is like smaller, it's not like colossal shrimp or something. But I mean, it's offered as an appetizer. It was not offered as an appetizer.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. So Colin Paris says the Haven has free lobsters. Right. Yes, you are correct. The Haven does. So we, myself, Mama Hokum, and then the lovely Sharon and Jamie from Sharon at Sea, we had the opportunity, and again, this hasn't premiered yet, so I don't want to give you the whole video away, but we had the opportunity to go up to the Haven one night for dinner together, on compliments of Norwegian. And they did have lobster up there, and it was, not only was it included, but they were not really concerned with how many you wanted. Like, they even suggested that we get two. And then they asked if we wanted a third. So the mindset up in the Haven was almost like what I'm used to in the main dining room for all the other cruise lines, where they're like slinging them at you as fast as they can, get them out the kitchen doors. And again, I don't really like that at the end of the day, because that means that for the people, and I mean, I get it, the people that paid the most, which is going to be the Haven, they're the ones that you're going to give the free lobster to. It's like, what are you saying?
The price of the breakaway too, like for like an interior, is not cheap. Like, I mean, I know that cruise that you guys, that wasn't a cheap cruise. That was like pretty expensive. Like, you would think the cruise, I mean, it's weird how they choose not to give lobster when I don't think I know of a cruise line that doesn't do lobster night.
Right.
Like I don't know, like maybe MSC.
Right.
I don't know if we got. Did we get lobster in MSC? I don't think we did.
I don't remember. MSC we might not have. But you know what? Honestly, though, MSC, it would make sense. Because the cruise fare is like dirt cheap.
Oh,
it's like
priced right. Exactly.
$200 a person for a 7-day cruise. It's like, what do you expect?
Yeah,
if you're expecting the kitchen sink with that, then you got another thing coming. But I don't know. So that was a little bit of the breakaway. Overall, though, the food was really good on the breakaway. Definitely sounds like an opposite experience from your cruise on Wonder.
Well, Windjammer was awesome. Like, Windjammer, and it was the largest Windjammer in the whole fleet. And this thing, like, it wrapped around the back of the ship. I've never seen a Windjammer like this large. Like, the whole thing, like the seating went like down and like around the back of the ship. It was so big, and we always had seats in there. Like Windjammer
wow.
was on point. The food was always hot and fresh, and like that's why like we went up to Windjammer after the main dining room experience sometimes and got better food. Like
Right.
But so yeah, and then that, and Sorrento's was good, of course. But
Right.
I think it was just we were one of the first sailings with the new menu. I really think that's what it was. Like they weren't used to it yet, and
What about any of the other? What did they have? Did they have El Loco Fresh or?
Yeah,
no,
that was also very, very good.
Oh, good.
The quesadilla and the burritos were really good.
Good, because remember we hated that on what was that?
Yeah.
Oasis, I think. Was that Oasis or Harmony?
Harmony, yeah. The
Or no,
the
didn't
little-
Harmony have? Harmony had mini bites, didn't it?
Oh, that's right. Which I liked mini bites.
You did. You were
I
a
did, I
sucker for
enjoyed
some
mini
mini
bites.
bites, man.
I know,
Oh my God.
I loved mini bites.
Peter would tear some mini bites up. We'd get back on the ship at 3 p.m. Dinner's
Yeah,
at 5.
Let's go to mini bites.
Dinner's at 5:30. And Peter's like, let's go to mini bites. I'm like, Peter, we're eating in 2 hours. He's like, well, I just want to get one thing. And then
It's so
he gets
good.
like a whole plate of food piled this high. And
I do have to give Carnival some props here, because I know, like, we're not talking about Carnival, but Carnival just like popped in my head, because their quick service, like the Guy Fieri restaurants, like like the Guy's Burgers and the Guy's Pig and Anchor and Shaq's Chicken, all like the celebrity quick service restaurants are like outstanding. And I feel like the other cruise lines, like there's either like the main buffet, like
Right.
Windjammer, like the Garden Cafe, or there's like Sorrento's, which is okay. I just think Carnival knows what they're doing with these, celebrity chefs. Like it sounds very gimmicky, but like
Right.
the Guy's Burgers are awesome. Like, I mean,
yeah, no,
You know?
I totally, or like Shaq's, like holy cow,
yeah.
what a concept, And like
Yeah.
the fact that it is free. Like, I would not be surprised if tomorrow Carnival was like, yeah, Shaq's is going to be an upcharge now, or Shaq's is going to be included in a dining package. I would be upset about it, but I wouldn't be surprised, because the quality is really, really good there. And like the offerings that they have, and it's simple too. Like, I mean, how simple is it to have some chicken tenders and French fries and some, honey biscuits? Like,
yeah.
they're not doing rocket science over here, but it's just nice to have those quick options. Like I don't want to have buffet food every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like it just gets old. I really like a good dining experience along with my meal.
Yeah. We actually did go to the Park Cafe on the Wonder, and that was very nice. It was much larger than like the other ones. And it was like half outside, half inside. And they had some good food, and it was cool because it was like quick service, but you sat down and you brought the little number to your table and you sat it on the table and they brought it to the table. So like it was like fresh quick service. Like we got like a little panini there one time, and like that was really good food because they made it fresh and they brought it to you. So that was good.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it sounds like the food options on both of our cruises, I mean, there were hits, there were misses, there were good, there were bad. But overall, I think I would probably still gravitate towards Royal more, because again, the offerings, right? Like the food quality was really good on Norwegian overall. There was a few things that I didn't like, and I probably could touch on this in a separate, review style video of the cruise. But Royal, man, that's our baby, and that brings a great point for us to segue in. Peter, what ship are we hitting up next Saturday? Go ahead and let the people know.
Next Friday.
Next Friday. I guess we'll be on board Saturday. You're right. Next Friday.
Yeah.
What are we hitting up?
We are going to be on Liberty of the Seas.
Yeah, we're gonna go
Sister
check
to
out
Independence
Liberty.
is our which, like, we love Independence, so now we're gonna try Liberty.
Yep. So we were looking for something quick, something simple, and something different, new, like a new ship or a new itinerary. Well, we didn't get a new itinerary, but we did definitely get a new ship. So like Peter said, whenever somebody asks me, which is, I swear, at least once a week, what's your favorite cruise or what's your favorite cruise line? Both of those questions are so hard to answer because there's so many factors that go into them. But immediately a ship that comes to my mind as up there is Independence of the Seas. Like, Peter and I just loved Independence of the Seas. It was a great size ship. It has a great layout. The restaurant is grand. It's 3 stories and massive, and it just is beautiful. And we really, really liked Independence of the Seas. And Liberty of the Seas is her sister, and for the longest time, I'm pretty sure, hasn't she been out of Galveston?
Yeah. I don't know, yeah, like either there or on the West Coast.
I think Liberty has been out of Galveston for the longest time. And, you know, Peter don't want to fly to Galveston. Like,
I don't want to fly anywhere out of Florida.
Travel, right. Travel with Nick is in the house. He's a Galveston boy. And I tell you, Nick, one day we're going to have to come visit you out there in Galveston. But I'm going to have to, I think, literally, like, tie Peter up and stuff him in a closet when I book his airline ticket. Because,
well, Nick did the Allure out of that new port down there, right? That like brand new Royal port down there. So
and Royal's got, that's what I was about to say, Royal's got a brand new terminal out in Galveston, and it looks gorgeous. So, we're going to have to make it out there eventually. You know, the Carnival Jubilee, she's going to be based out of Galveston. So we're going to make it out there probably in the next year or two. But for now, you know, we're trying to stick to home base. Your boy here, I have got, what are we at, Peter? What is it, March to April, April to May? Just over 2 months. Just over 2 months. Until I am going to be a married man, y'all. I cannot believe
hitched.
it. Yeah, I'm getting hitched. No,
you're getting hitched.
We're doing a little more than just getting hitched. But no, we're very excited about it, though. Everything is falling into place, and you know, all the stress is hopefully being lifted off. I'll give you a peel back the curtain, and then we'll talk about Liberty. I'll give you a little peel back behind the curtain, but this apartment here that I have called home for the last 4 years, I think. 3.5 or 4 years. I am getting ready to say goodbye to it in about a month, and I found that out today. Not because of Lauren, and not because of a decision that I made, but well, I mean, I did make the decision, but it just, they basically wanted to charge double what they're charging for this apartment, and not change a thing about it. And I was like, I could go get a much nicer place for that price. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So it just didn't make any sense to stay here. I was gonna be paying a higher rental rate than what I have just signed on for today. So that has been a lot of stress, and will be stress right before the wedding. I've now got to pack up this entire apartment and, you know, finance a move and all that. But anyway, we'll make it happen in the next, and it's got to happen in literally 1 month, like the end of this month. So yeah, fun stuff over here in the land of Cruise with Josh. But it is all good. But you know, we quickly have a lot of things coming up on the plate, so we couldn't necessarily do a full 7-day itinerary this time. So Liberty of the Seas, we're going to be on board Friday to Monday. It's a nice little weekend
getaway cruise.
Yeah, it's a nice little weekend getaway. Go ahead, Peter.
I've actually done one of those on the Independence with my mom, and I have to say, it doesn't feel that short as long as you like. See, it's like hard to say. Like, it doesn't feel that short as long as you try to like
relax. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like more or less, like don't do too much, or else it goes too fast. Like try to like.
I think
take it
Peter's trying
slow.
to prep me right now. I think he's trying to
Yeah,
say
like-
that.
I'm basically saying that when we did it, we went to Nassau and we did nothing, and the day in Nassau felt like 3 days because we
Right.
didn't do anything. So
Right.
like, because we got off the ship and we got back on, and then we had lunch. So
Well,
it felt
that's a
like-
great idea, but we're not
felt
going to do
like
that. Because we already have something booked. But we probably would do something similar in CocoCay. We don't have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the itinerary is as follows. So we leave on Friday from Fort Lauderdale. On Saturday, we will be in Nassau. And we have an excursion planned to go over to where, Mr. Peter? You don't remember the name of it,
I
did
know it blanked on me.
you? You got it.
Blue Lagoon. Blue Lagoon.
Do I need to hold up my drink for you? Blue,
Yes.
blue. Yeah, so we're gonna go check out Blue Lagoon. So I've heard good things about Blue Lagoon. I've heard bad things about Blue Lagoon. Peter's heard good things. He's heard bad things. We haven't checked it out for ourselves, so we finally have said, you know what? We're gonna bite the straw in half, and we're gonna go check it out ourselves. So we're gonna head over to Blue Lagoon for our day in Nassau, and that way we can really give a formal review and let you know. As you guys know, we have done Balmoral Island a few times, and I am not the biggest fan of it anymore. I probably wouldn't recommend it. The last time that we were there, it was pretty poor in service. And offerings. It just wasn't really, kind of like the apartment situation. It just wasn't worth it, right? So I'm anxious to see how Blue Lagoon's going to be. Is it going to have that same reputation when we leave, or maybe they have changed some things? I don't know. So we're excited to head over and do that. But it's an all-inclusive, if I remember correctly, or do we get?
Lunch is included, yeah.
Lunch is included. That's what it is. So yeah, I think lunch is included, and we probably have like a drink voucher or something, if I had to take a guess. Yeah, we'll see. The thing that Peter and I like to do with these things, we don't like to do too much research because we don't want to have too unrealistic expectations, or we kind of want to be surprised a little bit, I want to have an authentic experience and not just not be going off of the reviews necessarily of others that maybe went a year ago or something, like things could totally change, and things could be different for Balmoral Island too, I hope they are. But we've been several times there, just didn't really have an interest to go there again. The other place that we were on the fence about was Pearl Island, right?
Oh, Pearl Island, yeah.
We
That
were
place
on the
looks nice too.
Yeah, so we'll have to check that one out too. But for this time, we're going to go check out Blue Lagoon. So we're excited about that. And then on Sunday, we're in Perfect Day CocoCay. Of course, very excited to be back at Perfect Day CocoCay.
Hopefully.
What do you
Because
mean?
we missed it on Wonder. We
Oh,
just
that's
drove
right. That's
we drove
right.
past it. Yeah.
Oh my God, that would suck if we weren't able to do that.
I've never not docked there, so that was like odd. But
Well, it was just like crazy winds, right?
It was the weather, yeah. We were doing actually like it was the same week that like you guys were on yours, and it was that cold front and the waves. Like there was actually one point in that cruise, like I had to like use the patch because because it was just getting wild, and like for such a massive ship, like it was just going down and up and down. I was like, oh my goodness, this is
yeah.
So,
Yeah, Cody
Cody
P says, I hope your experience at Blue Lagoon is better than ours was. I think I told you our horror story from last year. Everybody's experience is different, though. You were one of the people that honestly, like, we second guessed because I was like, well, like, Cody's a friend, and like he says it was bad. I was like, but at the end of the day, like, I can't tell somebody, it was bad because my friend said it was bad. Like, I should probably experience it, and then I can say, without any question, with absolute certainty, hey, listen, this was good and they've improved, or it wasn't. So hopefully it's not the second. Hopefully we leave it, feeling like it was a good idea. But the last time we were in Nassau, we did absolutely nothing. We spent, remember that, Peter? We spent $0 and zero. Look at him. He's so happy, y'all. We spent
around and
Yep. We walked around. We went to Junkanoo Beach. We laid out on the beach for a little bit. You took a little nappy nap on the beach.
We spent nothing.
Yep, and we spent nothing. Now that was a good day too. So you don't have to spend anything in Nassau, but we are for this time. So then hopefully we'll be docking in Perfect Day CocoCay. We'll be heading and checking out the lagoon pool, enjoying the buffet lunch, just probably the floating bar. We haven't bought the water park tickets or anything like that, so we're planning just to make it a chill day, just enjoy some relaxation and some Caribbean sunshine, and get maybe our tan on a little bit for the wedding, and then we are back in Fort Lauderdale on Monday. So I mean, this is a really, really, really quick cruise, but it is going to be fun, I think.
Gotta make
our
the
show
most of it every minute.
What is our show on board? Is it Hairspray?
Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever. I have no idea what that is.
I haven't really heard of it either. But
yeah.
I'm assuming it's.
I wonder if they're going to
70s.
play it on Saturday night.
Probably, actually.
That would be funny if they did.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. 'Cause I haven't really
So
had
we'll have to check that out. So Saturday Night Fever. They don't have an aqua theater on board, so no aqua show.
They have an ice skating rink.
They do have an ice skating rink, so hopefully they'll have an ice show that we can check out. Of course, there'll be the casino, so we'll have to test the fates just a little bit there. There's that massive water slide.
That's right.
There's that massive water slide.
Right.
It's like one that goes like this. And you like ride a raft. So we'll have to check that out for sure. I don't think they have this. Do they have the sky pad on Liberty? The bungee?
No.
I don't think they do.
Actually.
I don't think they do. But they do have the rock wall, of course. The flow rider. How could we forget? So there'll be plenty of things to keep us busy on board Liberty. So that's going to be next week. So I'll be heading down to Mr. Peter Wednesday night, and we're staying in Orlando for Wednesday night. Thursday, we're going to find ourselves at the Mouse's house, and then Friday morning, we will get up early and drive down to Fort Lauderdale, because it's what, maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes?
We are branching out and going out of Fort Lauderdale since the past, what has it been, 3 or 4 cruises?
Peter, it's been more than 3 or 4 cruises. It's been like every cruise since 2021 except for one.
Well, Port Canaveral is a great port. It's easy to get in and out of. It's easy to park at. I know for the people that are flying in, it's not close to the airport, and I'm sorry about that. But Floridian.
He said, and I'm sorry about that, but I don't care.
It's a godsend port, and I love Port Canaveral. It's like so close to
It is a really nice port. Even as an out-of-stater, I do like Port Canaveral. I like Miami and Fort Lauderdale as well, though. And I think that's where things differ, because I don't have a particular attachment, because I'm going to have to fly regardless. So I don't have a massive attachment to it. Definitely I would say Port Canaveral tends to be easier. They tend to have their mess together. It's quick usually.
We were on Wonder in maybe 10 to 15 minutes. They were almost like rushing us. We're to the point where we're like running. Like they were like, all right, go.
Yeah.
Like there was no waiting. We were just, and we were on the ship. It was like 10, maybe 15 minutes. Right. Most.
Yeah, we were like having to run to get there, and it was like Peter was like exhausted when he got there because we couldn't take a break. Like literally, I don't think my suitcase stopped rolling from the time that we got off the shuttle bus.
And the same with Wonder. And I don't know how they do it, because Wonder is such a large ship, and they just like get people. It's just so fast, and there's always people waiting to like check you in. Like we didn't have to wait for anything. Like we just kept going. We just kept moving.
Wow.
So,
that's great. Yeah. That's fantastic. So we're looking forward to that next week. And then Peter, I know it's 10 o'clock. I promised him that we would wrap this thing up on time, and I'm already breaking my promise, so we got to get to it here. So what we are really, really excited to announce is the next group cruise opportunity. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let you know you're going to want to come on this one. You're going to want to clear your schedule, but I'm not giving you a ton of time. I'm giving you time, but I'm not giving you a ton of time to prepare. So it gives us great pleasure to announce that the next Cruise with Josh is gonna be, give me a drum roll, Peter. It's going to be on the seas, November 11th through the 19th, 2023. This is an 8-day Southern Caribbean cruise. And Peter, I'm just now noticing this one's also out of Fort Lauderdale, buddy. So we're going to be going back to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, gosh.
I've got the prices as of today. Today is March the 1st, 2023. Of course, the price could change both in your favor or against up until you put a deposit down. But right now, interior is $829 per person. Ocean view, $1,119 per person. Balcony, $1,389. Or you could splurge if you want, Peter. I think this is the one that we should do. You could splurge for only $10,700. A suite could be yours.
And you get double points. You
get double points. I figured I had to throw it in there because why not? Now,
diamond faster.
Yes, so this cruise is a Southern Caribbean itinerary. Oh, we just had somebody subscribe. Hey, thanks, Achilles Malari. Now,
Scott
you know,
says, how is that not plenty of time?
How is that? Well, because I feel like most people plan these things. I don't know. I always feel like I am like a last-minute cruise planner, but maybe I'm not. But I feel like I am. Like, I know people that'll plan cruises 2, 3, 4 years in advance. I'm like, y'all, I don't know if I'm gonna be breathing in 4 years. Like, I hope I am, but you know, like, I just cannot. I'd forget about it. I literally would. Like, if I booked a cruise 4 years from now, I would forget about that sucker. Okay. The only reason I remembered about the breakaway is because I was hosting the thing. You know,
yeah,
like
that was booked so far in.
Yeah, like oh my gosh. But so the Odyssey of the Seas, brand new class of ship for us. We've never been on the Quantum class ships. Been dying to check them out though. Peter and I both. And we've got the Club 270 with the robotic arms at the back of the ship. You've got the North Star, which is like that big pod that you can come up and out and over the ship. You've got the iFly, what is that? Skydiving simulator. Yeah. In addition to the fan favorites like the rock wall, the surf simulator. Hey, we got a super chat in the house. Thanks so much to Dolores Griffin for the $20 super chat. She says, enjoy your cruise next week. Oh, thank you so much, Dolores. We certainly will. Peter, we will put that towards either the casino fund or the drink fund, whichever one you want, buddy. Your first drink is on Miss Dolores, though, okay?
Awesome.
Yep, I'll get it. So, yes, Odyssey. There's so much new stuff, so much new for us to see. And in addition, I can't tell you, have we ever done a Southern Caribbean group cruise?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so. We've done Eastern, of course. We've done Western, of course. We've done Bahamas. I don't think we've done Southern. And I love a good Southern Caribbean itinerary. I love it. Aruba, we are...
That's not a very, like, it's not like a pretty, like, known itinerary, I feel like.
Yeah, it's not a common itinerary.
Like, it's rare.
And it is a little bit more expensive, right? But remember, this is also an 8-night cruise, not a 7-night cruise. So this one is a Saturday to the following Sunday.
There is 4 beautiful sea days in there.
Yep.
It's
yep.
two down and 2 back. It's gonna be great. I love like having 2 sea days in a row like that.
Yeah. No.
I want to know how to book. How do we book?
So if you would like to book, head over to my website, www.joshholcomb.com, and up at the top of the page, you're going to want to click on, I think it says Cruise with Josh. And and click on that, fill out that form, and I will be in contact with you. It's going to ask you for some basic information. You do have to be 21 years or older in order to submit the form. So if you are not, unfortunately, you'll need to get a parent's permission, and they will have to fill it out for you because I'm going to need some legal info from you, some information about you, your loyalty number to make sure that we're getting you any special rates or deals that you may have from Royal Caribbean. So fill that out. And I will be in contact with you.
In the chat.
What's that?
I drew the site in the chat.
Oh, good. Thanks, Peter. Yeah. So we are already booking. Actually, we have one. Well, including our cabin, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We already have 5 cabins booked. And we just opened it yesterday, so things are moving quickly. So I will do my best to get you booked this weekend. So if you put your submission in, I'll try and write you back and let you know that I've got it. And then give me through this weekend. I do have an event on Friday that I am hosting, so I will be tied up most of the day Friday. I'm not going to sugarcoat it to you, so probably won't hear much from me Friday. But Saturday I will be yours, and I hope to get all of these squared away. Serious inquiries only, of course. I mean it with all the love and respect, but I know that a lot of you are busy people. I am a busy person, so please don't waste my time, and I will not waste yours. There is the pricing one more time for you as of today. Interior starts at $829 per person, ocean view $1119, balcony $1389, or a suite $10,700. That is per person, even for the suite. I know I left off the PP, but that's just a typing error. It is per person. So if you want a suite, that is totally cool. Just know that they are going quickly. There's only 1 or 2 left. So if you're serious about it, make sure that you jump on it. Peter, what are you most looking forward to about the Odyssey?
270. Because we've seen so many shows in the theater, and now this is a totally new venue for us. So
yes, I agree, and not only a new venue but new show concept. Like you said, we've seen a lot of shows. Actually, Peter, will this be? Right now, no, the Liberty's going to be my 30th, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. Check my
You know what's funny is the Liberty's going to be my 20th. So are you really 10 away from me?
I don't know. It's either going to be my 29th or my 30th. So right now, if the Liberty's my 29th, then Odyssey right now will be my 30th because I don't have anything else booked. I probably might try to squeeze something quick in there, but
Liberty's going to be 29, I think.
Liberty's going to be 29. So
although, I don't know, because it says 29 cruises, but I don't know if that's including Liberty.
Yeah, I don't know if that's 29 completed or not. I don't know. Anyway, in 29 or 30 cruises, I have never experienced a show like what they do in 270. If you want to spoil yourself just a little bit, look up Odyssey or Anthem or Quantum. Look up the show that's in Club 270 and just watch a few minutes of it. It is mind-blowing stuff what they're doing back there, it looks like to me. So I'm excited to see that. I've heard lots of great things about that class of ship. It seems like a really big success for Royal Caribbean. Oh, the bumper cars. How could we forget about that? The C-Plex complex. That's going to be totally new to us. So it's a brand new style class of ship. It's a great itinerary. It's right before Thanksgiving, so it'll be the 11th through the, what did I say, the 19th, I think? 11th through the 19th. I keep wanting to say 18th, but it's an 8-day. Yeah, it's the 11th through the 19th. It's going to be a grand time. So, yeah, I would love to have you guys on it. Scott Weaver says, count me in. That's what I'm talking about, man. Shoot me a text or fill out the form, and I'll get you booked ASAP. I will tell you, I wouldn't wait on this one too long. When I called groups, they did say that space was definitely filling up for that sailing. So if it's something that you're considering, I would highly suggest going ahead and locking something in for it. So that is the big announcement, folks. That is what we are looking for, what we are excited for. And that is the show for tonight. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed hanging out with us as much as we have enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Look for more fun coming next week. Of course, follow me over on Facebook and Instagram at Cruise with Josh. My Instagram, I'm throwing up a lot of reels lately, and Instagram really likes that. So big milestone for me. I'm about to pass 15,000 followers on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, jump on over there and be a part of that celebration. And
you're almost up to 30,000 on here too.
Yes, I am about to hit. Let's see. What am I at right now? I know it's 29
like 700
something
away. You're at 29.3.
The real count is 29,364. So six something. So that is crazy to me, about to hit another milestone over here on YouTube. And it's all thanks to every single one of you. So thank you so much for your love. Thank you so much for your support. If you have not already, smash that thumbs up button. And until the next time, my name is Josh. Tonight's been real. It's been fun. Tonight's been, what's it been, Peter?
Real fun.
And we will see you next week on board Liberty of the Seas. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Be free.